you know? It's just him on the truck. As soon as it's down, he's in a fight, and he still makes it out. So, job well done. Second round coming up, and Astralis with USPs all across the board.
Yeah, no need to invest too much into this. They want to get into the guns, the nades, as soon as humanly possible. But you have to, I mean, if you're MIBR, you have to be worried. We've seen Astralis win these kinds of rounds, and we've seen them do it against MIBR. That one on Inferno comes to mind from the Major as well. So you're still going to be taking this very, very cautiously. Still not sure what kind of a buy is going to be brought out against you.
They're going to triple stack.
Yeah, and I mean, this is all well and good for one kill. It's a lot of information. There's so many bodies here that even if they get a kill, I mean, the counter is obvious, right? It's just hit that A bomb site very, very fast.
Yeah, it's very rare. I feel like we see a lot of production out of that position, and actually turns out they're going to be way off in that little stack. But you're right, it's a gamble, and it's probably worth doing anyway. Easy pick up there on Glaive. You can tell that MIBR not scared at all right now of the Astralis team. Actually losing a couple of members, just as I was saying that. Good USP work for Dupree, and maybe a little bit out of a needless giveaway. Can he actually make more out of it? I mean, should be no way to win the round at this point, but still could do some more damage.
Yeah, damage and bonus money would obviously be great. Not going to happen. Fallen's going to shut down Dupree, and Zipnik's just waiting for someone to walk into his crosshair. So a second round for MIBR, but the next round as well, things are going to start getting spicy. This is where you'll see some of the rifles come out for Astralis. They've got plenty of money. They got 4 kills in the pistol, a couple kills in that round. The question always is on this first round, is there going to be an AWP dropped over to Device? I don't think they're going to go for it just because whoever drops it wouldn't be able to get armor. So all rifles, 3 AUGs, an M4 on Dupree, who's remaining loyal.
Really early days still, but I feel like if they can build a good foundation here early on, that's really going to help. I mean, if you let Astralis into the game early on, you know that's going to be a problem.
Yeah, because they're so good at coming back. So if they have a lead early on, and then, I mean, yeah, you just can't allow it to happen. You need to get up to a big lead and be able to withstand the pressure. Phelps and Fur going to take underpass it. Zipnik's waiting at the top. He's got plenty of teammates to cover his retreat. He just wants the information. Now the question is, Magisk and Dupree have not moved. They're still aggressive. It's been spotted out, and now with that information falling away, but they still have no idea Dupree is there. Phelps can be a free kill, and he's not. Oh, what a transfer. The nade finishes him off, but that is beautiful stuff. But Astralis still piling it on with the aggression.
I can't believe Phelps actually got that kill. He was doing a lot of movement when he was jumping up there, so should have offset the recoil enough that would have made that shot very difficult. Good job on the follow-up grenade, and then while all that was happening, the distraction that was coming in there, just enough for Device to pick up the kill, so a little bit unfortunate. Does leave MIBR in a 3-on-4. They've got about 50 seconds, so that's enough time to get a lot done, but they still need to sort of cross the whole map, and now they've lost a bomb and Taco at the same time. And it's not looking good in this third round here. Fallen going to be able to win that fight against Device. That only buys them a little bit of space.
Anything you can get, though, if you're Fallen. 1 versus 3. He's got 100 HP. It's very doable. 30 seconds left in the round. Tough part is Magisk being aggressive over to the left. That's an off angle that who knows if Fallen's going to be prepared for. Here we come around the corner. Knifes out. Oh, and he somehow gets away, but he can't win the fight. 1 kill in the round for Magisk, 2 for Zipnik's, and Astralis are on the board early.
Those AUGs paying off really well. And then now MIBR maybe could upgrade a couple of things. In fact, Hold is going to go straight for the AK, as will Taco following in. And the rest will stay on pistol. So I was worried for a minute there that, that maybe they were going to have much of a save. I still feel like they should keep the pressure up. I want them to play as if though they're not scared of Astralis at all and they're just going to try and run them down. So even though a buy like this could give more space for the Danish team to work with, I kind of prefer it.
Need to keep the pressure on. You can't allow them to get free rounds. Nade to blow open the door, and Glaive's going to peek behind it. Still no information. Glaive is so good at playing solo positions. We see it on both sides of the map, and he's such a distraction. Spot for Device. Nade out, going to do not a lot of damage, and a little bit of a bait and switch. Dupree needs to find that kill. It's not going to happen. Device goes down as well, and now MIBR can pile on into the bomb site.
That is the perfect opening, and just keeping up the pressure. I mean, it's very hard to catch Astralis off guard, but they were actually just a little bit further up than I think Astralis were realizing at that point in time.
Yeah.
And that was enough. They're not even going to fight for it. They're going to save the AUGs. They've already given 2 to the other side. that in itself, I mean, normally sort of a couple of patches ago, it would have been, you know, the big win would have been if you were on the CT side and you could pay up the AK-47 now.
Yeah.
If you're on the T side and you can steal that AUG, that's not bad at all.
It's not bad in any way. Glaive and Zipnix and Magus just have to save these guns. Nothing they can do to get back into the round, play the economy game. They'll be able to drop some weapons over. And as we saw, I mean, even just 2 pistols can be so effective. So Astralis likely, most definitely will be buying up around this. But MIBR keeping a couple rounds between them.
So right back into the mix are MIBR. Definitely important, definitely crucial for them to have such a good start. Because let's be honest, even if this half finishes, you know, 10-5 in the favor of MIBR, you still would have that thought in the back of your mind going into the second half that, well, they could come back.
Yeah.
Could still make that work.
It could happen. TechPaw is going to come out as Astralis wants something fixed up on their, maybe just the noise is just blown out the speakers or the headphones.
I feel like one of the things that a lot of teams, all teams in fact, are struggling with right now against Astralis, and I actually think Liquid yesterday on Dust 2 did a pretty good job of trying to close that gap. But there's this feeling almost that because you know how good they are, you almost need to take a couple of more risks than you should to sort of catch them off guard. I feel like sometimes people hesitate a little bit, and it buys them out of a couple of situations that, you know, they should have maybe lost, like they should have got caught in some position, and then they actually are allowed to fall back and get into safety. Because people are just scared that, like, oh, well, if I push through this, if I go too aggressive, they'll probably know they'll have some trick ready and waiting. It becomes a weird mind game.
One thing I noticed mostly when Astralis on the T side is they are so efficient with their utility at getting map control. And if they play slow rounds, by the time they get into it, the defenses use other nades to delay them, but they still have so much utility to use on a hit. And that's something we have to keep our eyes on. I think teams need to be a little bit more disciplined in how they use their nades against Astralis. Fur gonna take some nade damage himself. Glaive is pushed up towards Fountain. It's only Fur in this part of the map. Phelps looking for aggression in the underpass towards the door. And now MIBR retreating back as Taco's in position, as we know outside that beat bomb site. And Glaive has it all to do. There's the flashbang, and he's got the angle anyways. It doesn't bother him whatsoever.
Good grenade, follow-up, chase them back, and he's gonna get one more headshot. Just following up with a third, no problem at all, and that's just one guy with the AUG by the fountain. They're finally going to get rid of him, but got to think that it's going to be very hard here, 2-on-4. If Astralis don't fight them that much and just sort of fall back and play safety and play for time, essentially, I don't know how they can find all 4 players.
This is 2 rounds now that Astralis has been massively successful with their aggression. Obviously, this one with Glaive over at Fountain. Previously, it was 3 players stacked up at the top of the stairs over towards Party, and they were in the face of MIBR very early on. Phelps waiting for this push. He's gonna get what he wants, but not the kill. Taco's left alone. No time, no HP to really go for this. You imagine they'll take that AK-47 away from him, but actually the money on the CT side isn't great, so they might want to sit back. But it'll be a second round for Astralis.
Yeah, definitely got to be careful right now if you're Astralis, and, you know, obviously winning the rounds is amazing, but you want to make sure you keep that economy building as much as possible. Taco, 10 seconds here. They are sort of closing in from a couple of different angles, but you might be right. Maybe they don't want to chase them all the way into T-spawn, so...
Yeah, you have 4 players basically beneath $1,000 on Astralis, so they just don't even want to risk losing those weapons, having to rebuy them. I mean, you know, objective number 1 for this CT side, get enough money to be able to have the Molotovs, have the smokes, be able to play in a variety of different ways, play it passively and able to delay. They're starting to build up into that, but MIBR with another buy can limit that growth of the money. This was beautiful from Glaive. I don't know how you could have played that any better. And that's just, like you said, 1 player. Not even like he's getting any supportive flashbangs. He's just straight dueling and out-dueling all of MIBR.
And actually, the T side did throw a flashbang, but he was sort of covered behind the fountain, so it didn't actually do anything to him. If that had worked, obviously, that would have been a different story, but good position, and, you know, sometimes 1 flashbang, it just is the difference in one of those fights. So 2 on B right now, and Glaive a little bit forward. 3 looking to take that headshot. Not able to find anyone right now, and if they fall back, they're kind of going to leave Glaive alone down here. I wonder how that's going to play out.
No one wants to mess with that AUG when it's holding the angle. There's the delay tactic. There's the utility, but the spray right through. Device walks into it. Good prediction from Phelps. Glaive, though. Glaive is the next one up. He can gather so much information. He hears these footsteps. This could be a free kill. Coldzera's gonna look. That's the bomb down. Glaive can do more. Holding on to the second and the third. Once again, silencing the crowd. And Phelps tries to pick up the pieces.
Arguably even more devastating than last time. This time they actually got the opening kill and they were going to fall back and try and rotate into the other bomb site. They lose 3 in transit. Taco fighting to bring it back, but he's going to get shot down by Sip, leaving just Phelps. 1 versus 3, 30 seconds.
Glaive was I think I saw he was the worst rated player at Blast Pro Series coming into this game, and I think maybe that pissed him off a little bit because he is playing phenomenally.
Yeah, he is having a very good game and being allowed to do a lot of creative things. I mean, the forward push in the previous round and this last one, just all the way up the ladder. This is, yeah, I mean, this is devastating. I think that's actually losing a round like this as opposed to losing, you know, a close 1v1. That's the sort of round we say, come on, man, like we should have that.
I mean, it's just the thought where you're like, why is he even there? Like, it's not often you see people make that kind of an aggressive play, especially when it was only like a 4-on-5. It wasn't even that desperate of a scenario, but he took the gamble. He probed an underpass. Usually we've seen Phelps there a couple times. When he feels no pressure, when he sees no one spotting it, he probably just says, why not? I'll just move forward.
So it's pistols, and I think they realized the Device hunting for the frags and gonna get a couple with the MP9, no problem. And that leaves Taco. So kind of a uneventful round in some sense.
You're gonna, I think if you're MIBR, your game plan going forward into the next gun round, the next time you buy has got to be get control of that staircase. 2, 3 players in there, take it over. You need to be able to force Glaive or, you know, Device, whoever's gonna be in that staircase. They cannot be comfortable to just play that position the entire round.
Be very curious to see what happens in the second half when MIBR get to play the CT side, if they're going to want to go for, you know, the kinds of risk that we've seen Glaive go for so far. They have, obviously, a world-class player at doing that sort of thing in Fur.
Yeah.
It'd be very fun to see if he could get in underneath Astralis in some way.
And he's had a slow start, but he's been playing very, very well of late. Individual lever has been much improved from the end of last year and from, you know, portions of last year. We've seen a revitalized Fur. 4-3, Astralis take their first lead of this map.
Back in it, AWP now being picked up on Magisk. Not Device and not Dupree, but him instead. Always fun. Wanted to take a peek down through the monster tunnel, and he's going to win that fight, but they lose Dupree on the other side, as we can tell. So that's a good trade, and looks like actually Fur wants to almost do a follow-up. He's just going to be trying to beat the timing. He's waiting for a minute now, but he was maybe hoping that someone would peek that corner and get caught. Phelps on the other side, also sneaking in, and actually he snuck in all the way underneath the radar. I don't think they can even guess that he's this close. Oh, made a little bit of noise then. That might have given it away.
I don't think so. Zipnix might have heard it from where he's playing at the B bomb site. He might have just said there's a footstep close, so that might have been a mistake from Phelps. The big battle that's going to dictate a lot of this round is Device and Fur out towards long. Fur needs to win this battle, and he's very low in HP. This needs to be an instant headshot. Device playing the angle, and Fur's got it. Now they can push forward, and Glaive is alone, and he's got nothing to do.
Oh, not quite checking it. They were just coming up. That seemed like he could have held that stairwell, no problem. And now instead it's a 2-on-2, and Fur is low on health as well. Fallen here with the AK-47. Smoke comes up, and he did see someone there. Not quite sure which angle to check at the moment, and he's got to be really careful. If they come through, there's no chance Fur can hold both of them at the same time. So much of this just on the captain, and he's going to go for the spray. He gets the one in close range. Fallen going to be able to take down the second player. And MIBR equalizing the scoreline. That was a great pincer movement on that A-bomb side.
Yeah, what a huge kill for Fur that opened everything up. Too many angles for Glaive to worry about, and it was that positioning from Phelps. He was so close that Glaive didn't have the timing of when he was going to turn the corner. A missed shot from Magisk, and Fallen's got a clutch of his own. What a tense situation for Fallen to be in, though. Considering Fur had such low HP, you have to say, going back into that, I mean, it doesn't matter too much because MIBR wins the round. Probably an over-aggressive decision from Phelps. Overextended just a little bit going all the way down that staircase.
That was a little wild. I actually assumed that he was going to try and pick someone off, like sort of go and hold it for a minute.
He glanced at it, and then he looked away and got wrecked.
Sometimes that happens, right? You get get so excited about the situation that you you lose track of yourself.
Yeah.
I find that happens more to young players, you know.
Yeah, they don't have that stop button in their head. They don't have anyone saying stop.
And I mean, sometimes it does work out amazing. Oh, they're going to go for the quad boost? Yeah, they are. Quad boost to look all the way over. Well, ladies and gentlemen, some Brazilian Counter-Strike. Oh,
yes!
Sep is gone!
That was quick as well. Nicely done from Fallen coming alive here in these past 2 rounds. And Fer gonna be pushing up along the wall. Fallen and Coldzera now readjusting. They love that pick, but Astralis, they're so good even in man-down situations.
That's the sort of death. If you're Sip, for just a couple of seconds, you're wondering like, what?
And I mean, fair play to MIBR. That's obviously practice because they got up there quick.
Yep.
They didn't mess up a single one of those jumps or boosts.
Really, really well done. Technically, that is very, very difficult to do. Both the 2 top players in that boost are going to be sliding off. Whatever direction they look at, their models are going to be going no matter what you do. So there's a lot of balancing that has to go on, and definitely can easily mess that up.
Oh, Fer, he's going to try and find a timing on this peak. He wants it. Oh, there it is through the smoke. He's got the freeze so low. And the flames almost reach out to burn the feet. Dupree's got to be so careful, but Device has him covered.
Picking up 1 kill there, definitely important. They seem to have a good read on how Astralis like to play around these smokes and sort of catching them off guard a little bit. Shot goes through the wall, doesn't actually connect with... Oh, actually, maybe that one did on Coldzera. Looks like it was close at least. Device going to pick up 1 more kill. He can do it. Oh, no! 1 more double! And that's going to be the round. 4 kills for Device.
That's so heartbreaking. They couldn't close the gap fast enough. You could see them desperate to get close up, and Device just had so much time to repeat that angle.
This is beautiful.
This was so fast as well. But this was even better. Device, he's perfect. Finishes off Coldzera, had him through the wall earlier, this time through a teammate. And it's back to pistols for MIBR. 4-5, still keeping it close, and still in a good position for this offensive half of Overpass.
Yeah, they're not really letting Astralis run away with it, but again, it's all about that lead you always want against this team. Oh, a little bit of action there as Magus gets caught. I think they were probably hoping that boost would have drawn all the attention, but that got flashed away, and that weirdly left Magus alone.
And he was flashed as well.
Yeah. Now.
Yeah, here we go. They're just going to keep the pressure, aren't they? Glaive through the smoke, can't connect anything now. Oh, look at all these Astralis players. This is going to be a slaughter. They're going to take all the hope away from MIBR in this round.
Yeah, they showed up to this bomb site real quick, didn't they? Too many people there to defend, and I mean, quick rotation time for the defending team. A good job. 6-4 now in favor of Astralis. We're moving into round number 11, and not really much of a buy is possible here for the Brazilian side. So they might have to take a little bit of time to think about how they want to get back into it. What's your sense of the situation right now? Are there any sort of really glaring things that they haven't tried yet?
I actually don't think they played a bad half whatsoever on the MIBR side. They've been, you know, obviously going up against Device has been tough with that AWP, especially now that it's out, but I think you put that right back in Fallen's hands. He's given you a pick with it. You need to just find a way to close that gap. A better set piece on the A bomb site if that's where Device is going to be. But I mean, there's 2 things they've done well, and I mean, one of them was that aggressive stance from Phelps to be able to get up close to that bomb site. That's kind of some of the initiative that you like to see out of an individual, that play style that he brings to the table.
Yeah.
Let him have the freedom to get into a position and make something happen for you.
I mean, if they could take some map control early on, like especially if they can push Astralis back into the A bomb site, maybe there's a chance that you could actually call for a freeze for a long time and wait to see if they react in some way.
And they haven't really had too many issues forcing back any defense that's been in bathrooms.
Yeah. Called with a stolen AK. Not sure if it's going to be able to do a ton of damage in this one. Glaive not having any issue over at long. So again, some damage here would definitely go a long way. But you have to question whether or not it's going to be quite enough to actually turn the round itself. They just really don't have a lot to work with.
coldzera had that 1 versus 3 in the pistol round. He's only got 5 kills overall. He's been quiet since then. Not going to get anything done here. 7-4. Now Astralis starting to build a pretty nice lead, but that might be our 1 or 2 more rounds, and I think they'll be okay in a comfortable position.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, I don't disagree. It's very hard to say exactly what the balance is supposed to be on a map like this one. Could very much be down to just the form of a team on any given day. So, yeah. Oh, is that a auto sniper picked up on Fallen? That's not the SG-553. I am definitely intrigued.
Yeah, this is super interesting. Looking for the headshot angle, someone to peek into it. No one from Astralis is even close to offering it.
That's a very rare weapon to see picked up in a series match.
Especially on the T side.
Yeah.
Well, see what he can do with it. Dupree is about halfway up bathrooms. coldzera watching for any aggression in underpass. Taco and Phelps far back at the B bomb site. And this round, Astralis switches it up. No one peeking anything. No one being aggressive. No one going for an early kill. Yeah, that's a very curious buy from Fallen, especially with no armor as well.
I mean, you could certainly wallbang an enormous amount of the B-bomb side with that weapon, but I mean, I'm not sure that is something to really count on. I mean, I would be incredibly excited, Moses, if that was the strategy, although I probably wouldn't recommend it. He could shoot right through both those walls with this weapon, by the way, where Dupree's behind. I'd be very curious to see that.
Well, there goes Glaive at the other bomb site. Taco with the assist with the flashbang.
If he goes for the wall shot here, Dupree's in so much trouble. Are they going to try and do it? A little bit of a flash, a little bit of noise being made there. Taco almost winning the fight. There's coldzera instead. And taking down Dupree, and now Device on the bomb site. Last time he stopped them dead in their tracks, and this time he's going to find a second kill. Finally, it's the return from Fallen. He's going to swap it up for the AK instead, and he gets caught with a grenade in hand. And that is bad news. 15 seconds left on the clock here for Phelps. He has to almost try and find the bomb. He's going to take a little bit of a fight there, and he's going to lose it. Magisk will take him down. Close round indeed.
They're having huge issues with Device. They're having so much success of getting close to that bomb site, of taking out the riflers. But Device with the AWP, by the time they turn the corner to attack him, he's got all the information. He knows exactly where they're coming from, when they're actually going to turn the corner. And they don't have the utility at that point. They've kind of slow played it, used their nades to get close up to the bomb site, and don't have anything to block them off at truck.
So round number 13 coming up.
And it takes so long as well for them to get that progress that we've seen it a couple times. Astralis able to rotate to the correct bomb site in time to stop the attack.
Yeah, and I mean, the extra time that they need for the reinforcements to arrive at the A-bomb site really actually is the 1 or 2 kills that Device gets, right? Like, that is another, 3 or 5 seconds, and that's a huge amount in that kind of a fight. Yeah. So hard to say what you could do about that right now.
Well, we'll see. Have an idea here. 3 AK-47s picked up. They want that sewer control, although the bomb is far back towards T-spawn, leaning towards B. Perhaps a fake being thrown. They're going to use those smokes to come up the staircase. That's going to give them the cover necessary. Dupree out towards long, Glaive as well supporting. And Device can rotate back. He's going to be very, very fast. Although it's Glaive with the op, and he's got one.
Yeah, they actually just walked through the smoke. I think they were really trying to catch them off guard there. Getting a bit closer, and they lose Fur as well. That grenade landing right on top of Taco. Fair amount of damage. Sip going to get one, and yeah, they're getting picked apart here.
There's no one at long for MIBR. They can't actually stop this defense. They have nothing that they're able to counter it with. I mean, Glaive can just keep peeking these angles with impunity. There's no one to apply any pressure. Dupree had him covered.
Yeah, that's Astralis catching fire, the sign that you've won 5 in a row. I think I'd like to go back and I'd like to ask them about that last round, because it actually looked like they wanted to throw that smoke to help them come out of the stairwell in connector, and then I think they actually wanted to push through their own smoke and just catch anyone who's on the other side off guard.
Seems a bit of trickery. With 2 players went down to the CZs, maybe for the mobility of coming through those smokes, and it just never came to fruition. Glaive just shuts it all down before it begins. Now he's going to get aggressive, and he's still got the ult. He's actually tagged Fur. And now the nade to finish it off as well. What a follow-up.
That was actually like he was playing Battleships, Moses. He actually just called the exact coordinates for that grenade. What is going on?
He's so good.
That is such a stupid way to hit a grenade. Well, that was Glaive, wasn't it?
He was.
He had that jumping shot again. We need to arrest him soon. Like,
yeah, he's doing too many bad things. I don't know what you do if you're MIBR. If you're Fallen, we saw the analyst, the keys to the victory was good calling from Fallen, but how do you read what these defense? So many different glimpses, so many different looks.
Hold the phone.
Yeah, this time they get the frags though. That's beautiful. 2 quick kills, but it's evened up at a 3-on-3.
That's a big device though. They're down here with the AUG. Can they win this fight? Lot rides on this flashbang setup. A grenade right now would make a huge difference. Can anyone set it up for him? No, it's going to be Taco walking in instead. Now a little bit more aggression coming out. Long range fight being won there from Device. I feel like probably somebody could have set up a flashbang there for Taco to work with, and when that doesn't come through, I mean, it doesn't really matter.
Cold and Fallen both had flashbangs that they could have used for that exact peak for Taco. Instead, it just looks silly. Device gets 3 one-on-one fights. No one's prepared for his peaks. And Astralis now with a commanding lead. This game early on in the opening stages of this half was back and forth. It was close. But it's been 9 of the last 10 rounds won by Astralis.
That is as close, Moses, as we're going to get in Counter-Strike 2, calling in an airstrike. You know, it's not quite Call of Duty, but Glaive is doing his very best impression. He's calling it right in. He's got a little tablet ready.
Well, to the B bomb site we go. Last round, MIBR's tried a number of things. None of it has worked. We'll see what they have here. 3 players to defend, Glaive, Zipmix, and Magisk. This has to be perfect.
Well, they got so few grenades coming into this. I mean, they have one chance, MIBR. If these grenades don't work, then that's it. They've got nothing left at all. Flash initially to set themselves up. Magus gonna crawl back just a little bit here. Yeah, they're full go. Absolutely no brakes on this train heading into the B bomb site. Sip is flashed forever, and everybody still picks up a kill somehow. And a good return there as Fallen gets one. Magus get Glaive in return for a little bit in play, but they just don't really find the space for it, and everything is traded from the CT side. Fallen alone, and he's going to get shot down. 11-4 in favor of Astralis, and that is a very, very good first half.
That is a disgusting first half. 19 kills for Glaive, 19 for Device. What can you do about that? We said MIBR needed those 1 or 2 more to feel comfortable. They didn't get them. Stuck on 4, this becomes a very, very dicey second half now. They don't have a lot of mistakes that they can give up and recover from.
No, they definitely don't. I mean, and there's the first job ahead, obviously win that pistol round, but sort of secondary job inside of all of their minds is just trying to forget about the position that they're in, right? And obviously they have a lot of experience in doing that, but need to just wipe that first half, or most of it at least, from their memories. Very interested to see again how they play. I mean, I want them to play a little bit aggressive, MIBR.
You might as well at this point. You got nothing to lose. Remember, this is a must-win game for MIBR. They are 0-2, the only 0-2 team we have at Blast Pro Series so far. If they do not win this, they have no chance of making it to the grand finals.
Absolutely right. It definitely would be heartbreaking. Still obviously going to be playing more games in front of the home crowd, but we'd love to see them with just a chance in here. Taco on that ramp and falling right back. He almost got pushed back into that, and not much help either. And they're just getting run down. This is not looking good. Dupree and Makis with a couple of kills there. And the bomb will go down. There wasn't even like much technique in setting that up. That was brute force moves.
Yeah, that was just, throw the nades and go for it. And obviously, MIBR feeling a little bit uncomfortable against Astralis. I mean, 3 players there and none of them working together to kind of stop that hit. This is going to be a clean pistol round. Magisk, that's bold in Sao Paulo to give that level of BM.
Well, listen, I love it. I mean, people were complaining earlier a little bit about the
chants.
Yeah, and I
loved it as well.
Yeah, I think it's amazing, and give it a little bit back every once in a while. Become the villain if there's no chance that you're going to win them over anyway, so might as well just go for it. 12-4, and the 17th round coming up. Yeah, that was not really a good round, and I mean, I'm not entirely sure. Like, Taco's position definitely was a difficult one, but you can hold that position if you have more backup. It just seems like his teammates were further back than maybe he expected.
Yeah, I just don't know. He turned that corner so aggressively to attack towards sandbags, and I'm not quite sure why with his 2 teammates. He could have played that pivot position right between both of them. Either way, easy to criticize. There might have been some kind of communication that went through. Might have been some kind of play he was trying to read. Either way, big lead for Astralis. No investment for MIBR. They know if this comeback's going to happen, it's going to be with the AUGs, with the AWPs, and they must get there to have a chance.
Now would be a good time for coldzera to really kick back into gear. Sometimes that happens in the change between first and second half, that, you know, a player that's been having a hard time will suddenly kick back into it and start to really make it work.
Awkward timing on that boost. That P250 is the one thing that they did buy. So coldzera might as well, as you said, just be aggressive. Astralis is relocating across the map. They want to go over towards A.
They know.
Yeah, I mean, you might as well look at the aggressive stance of coldzera. He has all the information. No one's at this B bomb site. No one's outside Monster. No one's in this short water. You might as well stack up at A. It's just USPs. So, I mean, the chance of them being able to pull this off is still slim.
Yeah, but now you wish they had bought CCs or something. I mean, that would be such a different fight. Still good to have the information, and a nice boost, actually. Fer going to be picking up one headshot. A little bit of an attempt there. This is creative, looking over the truck. You have to love this kind of a play. They're going to get found anyway. Bomb being planted in front, and nobody there to stop it. Again, the weapons, I think, are what really makes a big difference here. They line up for Glaive, and Cold was sneaking in, and they read that very easily. I don't know, that's still a pretty good call from MIBR. Good amount of information to be able to be there. They just didn't have the equipment to do it.
And you want to see that same level of aggressiveness and information gathering once these guns come out as well. They must have it. The AWP is in Fallen's hands right away. No armor, no nades. And I mean, no one's going to have a whole lot of utility to use on this defensive side. So timeout being called for MIBRs, I would imagine you'd want to talk some things over. When Astralis was in a similar situation in the first half, they got aggressive. They got right up in the face of the Brazilians.
Yeah, this is where you want the timeout to give that big speech, isn't it, Moses? That rallying call.
What's the classic? Fallen turning to Taco and just saying, you think we're going to come back? And Taco just says, nope.
Just letting the whole team down.
Well, here we go. 4-13 from the eyes of MIBR. Two smokes to work with, two flashbangs, and an HE grenade on Phelps.
Initial setup with the Molotov, pretty aggressive towards that L bend, making sure that they're not going to get surprised in the water as they come through. Though Glaive is actually still thinking about it a little bit. Supposedly that Molotov would help to stop that from happening. He's going to go for a bit of a fight here. He's just not even scared to lose this UMP.
Look at that nade stack again onto Phelps. He was jumping over trying to spot into the short water, and a couple nades just landed right on his head. Down to 27. With no damage exchange, not even an opportunity or a chance to trade damage.
Yeah, they are an annoying team, aren't they, Moses?
Yeah. Well, here's Fer. You were wondering if he was going to get into this action. I don't know if you can hear those footsteps quite yet.
Oh, timing. Is he going to be able to make it up the ladder? This is really the crucial moment, and he does wedge himself in between the team.
His timing, though, with Zipnik's coming from behind is going to be so awkward.
Did you see that? I'm not quite sure if he did. Oh, this is too much. This is a little bit too tense. Sip is almost right behind him. This could really play out in his favor, or it could completely backfire. He's going to take the shot early on. That's the bomb. Turns around. Sip is there, and he's going to win that battle. Still, that's taking a lot of time off of Astralis. Are they going to try and boost that? Yeah, they're going to triple boost to look into the bomb site. And did they get caught? I think they might have been.
This is going to be so tough. They have to make a decision right now because 3 players at long. It's the longest possible way to get back to the B bomb site. The rotation is going to take so much time. They could be in trouble.
Oh, look at
and coldzera, yeah, he's pushed out.
He's right in there waiting. It's very hard to check this when you're coming out. He's definitely heard them. They're just jumping out. They're not even checking. Getting cold. Easy double kill for him. And now he just has to wait. He doesn't actually have to win another fight here. 13 seconds. He does get down by Dupree and Sip. Oh no, somehow picking up that kill. A bit of a battle here as Taco going to be able to take down Dupree, and it's all on Sip now. 1 versus 2 inside of the bomb site. He can steal all of the dreams of MIBR right now in this round. He's the worst possible person for them to be fighting in this 1 versus 2. and he's just hiding inside. They've got him locked in. AWP on one side, M4 on the other. He's going to win the first fight. Goes for a second. Oh, almost gets it. Now the pistol's down in sip. Of course he does it.
Oh my God.
Outrageous. A quad kill to save the round. I mean, how does he keep doing it?
I don't know. He even runs out of bullets. No matter what happens, he finds a way to make it work. Right as the smoke clears, what a peek, and I cannot believe Astralis pulls that round back. Such low time, any resistance would have slowed them down even more, and Taco looking frustrated, and why not? He knows that was pretty much the chance for MIBR to stay in this game. Now it just gets so much harder, exponentially more difficult.
Yeah, because even just playing in that round, you know that double kill from Cole is it. That's the round one. And then it's not. That definitely takes a lot of energy out of the team. They have very little to fight with in this one. UMP, MP9 there. Actually, the MP9 will work just fine. Surprisingly. Oh, good flash setup. Cole's still going to be going down, Fallen. Does make it work.
They've still got such a long way to go. Such low HP as well on these last two players. Taco must stand and fight. Just not a good chance for a victory. And Astralis hits the pause button. They want to find out where Fur is before they commit anywhere. The bomb is still so far back. There was no reason for them to actually attack that B bomb site. And they can just readjust. Device is going to get very, very aggressive. Sprint into the A bomb site, prevent the rotation. Fur's at 10 HP, and he's got no chance. This is going to be 15-4.
Yeah, they have everything covered, don't they, right now? I mean, you can't really fault for trying to see if there's a way in. There just isn't. 15-4 in favor of Astralis here. They have just an overpowering lead. Definitely that moment, that last round would have been the one to do it in if you wanted to really build a comeback. And I mean, I can't believe it was that close.
Yeah, and we know that this could be, we know MIBR can make comebacks, but to ask for 11 rounds without making a single mistake, that's a tall task. But this is the best buy they've had pretty much the entire half. No kits, but plenty of utility, and the op still in Fallen's hands. We'll see what he can produce with it. Fur's going to be aggressive with him as Fallen peers over the smoke.
Falling really far back, so leaving Fur a little bit alone.
There's that same nade stack from Astralis right onto Phelps one more time. 42 HP and he's forced back. That'll really screw with you mentally on how you want to play and how you're used to playing and defending that bomb site.
Ooh. It's not bad from Taco. But again, the trade is just so quick. Taco again, though, making it work and taking down Sip, and Phelps, oh sorry, Fur is going to be winning that fight, so it is looking a little bit better. Now they just need to cool this down a little bit.
If Fur keeps pushing, he's going to find the bomb on the ground. It's right above the ladder. But a 2-on-3, big win for Matt. Just great peek into that B-bomb site. Fur still looking for someone to fall back. And there's so much time, actually. Glaive can wrap around at an awkward angle. Fur would never expect this if he goes back to clear. But Magisk is going to be the one who runs into it. He'll pick up the bomb, and he's probably going to head right towards Fountain, and has no idea, but Fur turns away.
Oh, the timing. He must be able to hear that on the other side. Magisk making a lot of noise, and Fur.
This can't be real.
Yeah, is he going to really run past him all the way? Fallen is way down at the other bomb site.
Is the information not being transmitted? Why is Fallen still at the B bomb site, despite the footsteps, so Astralis can get this plant?
Yeah, they can. Oh, if he's making too much noise now, they're going to hear as well. This whole round is just about timing. Finally, oh, he just catches him at the corner, and they turn into the bomb site. The bomb is going to be going down. Great shot from Fallen, and now all on Glaive here with almost no time. No time at all. He actually can't put the bomb down in time, so that was a big risk for Fallen, and it was absolutely worth it. They win the round. Oh, God. That was a little bit too much of a tense round, Moses. That kind of tension needs to be spread out across a couple of rounds. Yeah, there was some weird timings on all those peaks, and the tough part as well is that's the worst way to win a round if you're MIBR. 4 players go down, you couldn't pick the ult back up. You have to rebuy, and it's not good. 2 UMPs, a FAMAS. Now, they're going to be benefited by a save from Astralis, so they can actually build up some cash and maybe in the next round get those stronger weapons out. So, Deagles on Dupree and Magisk and Device. They definitely should not be underestimated. Some of these players have some really absurd highlights when it comes to this one pistol. Hard for me to say who's got the best between Magisk and Dupree at the moment, but certainly between the two of them, they could...
My vote's with Magisk.
Yeah?
That's no knock on Dupree. I think Magisk is just sick right now. He's just hitting such a disgusting peak to start this year.
Yeah, it is a little bit outrageous. Oh, Fallen's been going on a bit of a mission, and actually on long as well behind him, so we've got some activity on that corner. He has Fur pushed up alone. Could definitely catch somebody off guard here. CZ75 is not going to be working this time. It's a little bit of space. Device will take him down eventually, but are they going to suspect that Fur is all the way out here? Long range and... Oh no. Yeah, there we go. Turning around for it. Ready to pick off Magisk, so the rest could try and hit the bomb site. They're going to be sandwiched in really quickly.
Oh my God, Phelps is dinked. He's having a really bad time. This bomb goes down. There's a slight chance here, Anders, for Astralis. If they can pick off Fur, turn this into basically just one angle, it's not going to happen yet. Dupree's going to try and cover the position. That was low HP Device. And now aggression from Xyp9x. He finds one. Fur needs to make this play happen. He's going to go down as well. And now it's possible.
Dupree in a 1 versus 2. Out of all the ways that they could steal this away, Astralis, surely this would be the most upsetting, and it's not really going to happen. A good job there on coldzera. But at this point, I mean, you just think anything is possible for Astralis. Some of these rounds they've been winning have looked so good. It's going to be a round 1, and it might be one more step in the right direction.
Those kills are huge, though. Astralis, even in losing rounds, they're keeping the AWP away from Fallen. He's not able to get it up into his hands again, which we know is so effective for MIBR on this map. And just the fact that they're a danger in every situation is crazy.
Yeah, even with almost nothing at all. I like the fact that you're getting into it a little bit, Moses, with the dancing.
This is great.
Listen, I'm fully expecting, Moses, that you know, I'll see that later on, maybe in the evening sometime.
At the after party?
Yeah, definitely.
Probably.
15-6, ladies and gentlemen. The last hope for sure for MIBR to make it into the grand finals, and it involves, well, I'm guessing now even it's tied, right? So that might even actually be at the point where it's sort of mathematically starting to look
much more
very questionable. We'll see. Xyp going to be flashing his way through. Fur with a little bit of aggression. Quickly going to realize that is not worth pursuing. And, oh, they almost want to hunt him down. That's very aggressive out of the Danish side, and they're going to be trading a little bit early on. Can't believe they actually just tried to push through that.
Fallen just barely missing the information, barely missing Xyp9x and Dupree up the party. That's maybe too much. Magisk gets a free kill. Now a 4-on-3. Good trade from Taco, peeking down deep. Glaive is going to be here on his own. We saw him yesterday throwing masterful fakes all by himself. But the problem is he's got the bomb this time, so he can't necessarily stick around. He can just use his utility from far back.
Fallen at least knows that there's somebody up there. Dupree is sneaking very close to the smoke. I think there's a little bit of a gap that he could just spot. The rest, I thought actually maybe they were going to try and go around the other way, but it looks like they're all going to be grouping up by Dupree instead. Now that the smoke is faded, he can actually be in the bomb site really quickly. Fallen. This is a very hard angle for them to guess, though. They might actually just be walking right into his line of sight. He's got it set up, and they're going to line up for a great double kill. That should absolutely shut it down. He is Xyp in a 1 versus 3, 20 seconds, and he's going to get killed by Phelps. So all around good job. Heads up play from Fallen.
Really nice play from Fallen, and that's one of the times down the stretch. Astralis, no nades to attack that bomb site, and you're right. No safety to clear out the corner. They even predicted it. Back to pistols we go for Astralis. Back to a party in Sao Paulo.
It does feel more like a party, doesn't it, Moses, than a tournament in that sense. There's a real action going on in the arena. Pistols.
Oh, B-Rush, Anders. if they make this work. One flashbang running through the flames as well. Taco must get this kill. He's going to get the first and the second, but great trades, and somehow it's just Coldzera. So many angles to look for, and he manages it. He spins and sprays, and he gets 3. 15-8 now as MIBR claw back in.
Great management for Coldzera to be sort of realizing where one was, adjusted his target, and came right back to the first one. That's the level that we expect and need right now. 8-15. Orgs, Coldzera. It's going to be all Orgs all across the board here. So yes. Astralis. Now they've got rifles again. They've left the bomb back in the T-spawn for some reason.
Yes, they have. Glaive, I imagine, would go back and get that. Maybe Zipnik's on his way, but it's very deep in there. So small mistake from Astralis that will be easy to recover from, as long as they notice it. So Fur aggressive again out towards long on his own. Fallen in bathrooms as well. This is an off angle though. And Device doesn't even want to mess with it. He's just making sure no one's going to be overly aggressive and push all the way towards Fountain.
I mean, if you're Fur in that position, and if they don't flash and just peek, you win. But if they flash, then where do you go, right?
Yeah, you're in some trouble.
There's almost no cover there. Well, there is no cover, but bomb being picked up. About 50 seconds.
I mean, first saying, listen, if they're coming A, I would have seen something. Someone would have peeked this. Someone would have tried to get long control. Someone would have flashed it.
Yeah.
Just now is the first piece of utility used over towards A by Glaive. Again, all on his own, trying to throw a fake, but there's no one at the A bomb site to actually get the information.
Well, Fallen was thinking about going back. You could tell that he's sort of shuffling back and forth, wondering about it. Now, Fur could go and actually get proof. Real evidence, Moses. In the meantime, Glaive has made his way into A. Oh, this could get so awkward. If he walks in and kills Fallen, surely that is going to be devastating to this defense. He's running back a little bit. Glaive now jumping down behind. Taco with one good kill. He can't get the follow-up, though. Still a 3-on-3, but there comes Glaive. Shooting Phelps in the back, and now Fallen not making any... Oh, yeah, he will get the kill. I thought for a minute he made some noise then. Trying to cross the bomb side. Fallen all the way up in the sniper spot to get a couple of kills, and leaving Magus with no time at all. MIBR, 5 in a row. And they managed to adjust, and I mean, I'm kind of shocked they managed to defend that.
I am too. It's all the decision from Fallen to start going back towards A, and then when Glaive was revealed in balcony, he flanks the flanker. That was the round-saving kill to be able to get this, and then just holds his perch. He knows the time is low. He knows they desperately have to get into the bomb site. And I think if that push from Glaive into the A site happens earlier, they probably wait. But there was 22 seconds left when they attacked. They just did not have time to allow him to walk into position.
Well, a couple of C-75s on the Astralis side. Very good weapon and equipment situation for MIBR to continue this, and Fur is once again aggressive, and we were talking about this even in the first half, and he's kind of delivering on his promise, isn't he?
Yeah. He's gathering so much information, allows him to stack up 3 defenders. Good trades, puts MIBR in a lead, a man advantage, but the bomb is going to go down. There's some utility, but first, you're so quick. I don't know if Astralis will expect this.
No, he's going to be right in behind him, and they don't have much to fight with. Sip is still alive, always worth taking note of, but 3-on-4, yeah, this should be working out just fine. Dupree's going to be taking 1 kill before he's out of it. That does leave Device and Sip. Sip is very isolated out in the open here, trying to get the spray on through the wall, and that does not work out. Now it's Device 1 versus 2. The bomb is planted for perfect position for him. He's going to sneak on through, tries to get that working. Could have definitely been dangerous if he could have got that kill and got behind the sandbags. 10 rounds now for MIBR.
He actually picked a great angle to take that fight against the diffuser because he was pretty isolated from the covering player. 10-15, this is now, I guess, officially a comeback. They've got still a lot of ground to go. But the AWP is going to come out for the first time in a long time in Fallen's hands. Timeout, I think, by Astralis.
Yes.
They have a late buy in the freeze time, want to talk things over.
Fallen's been playing a really good game. Definitely been doing a lot of damage and top of the scoreboard for his team. Coldzera really not that far behind him.
Coldzera's come alive. Remember, at one point at the end of the first half, he had 6 kills. 3 of them were in the pistol.
Yeah.
So in this second half, he's really stepped it up on defense. As you said, Fallen's been leading the way pretty much the whole time, the whole game for MIBR. But everyone collectively on the Brazilian side has brought it to a new level. You still have Glaive for Astralis at 27 kills. Device has 23.
Again, pretty aggressive with the AWP, and he's just there to take a shot. Fur in the same position. It didn't get a call last time anyway. And getting a similar amount of information. I mean, ooh. Getting worried there, Moses?
I thought that was going to land. I'm not going to lie to you.
Let's just see. I think this is going to be very quick. I think there's going to be a couple of grenades, and then it's going to be all in for Astralis. Sip setting up one flashbang going over the wall, and yep, they're going to be piling onto the bomb site very quickly here. Can they hold it on the other side? It's going to be 1 kill in favor of MIBR. Phelps actually following up nicely, getting a double as well. He's still 3-on-3. He's trying to hold on for as long as he can, just buying time. That smoke, weirdly, I think it was meant to go in front of him, but no, it didn't do quite enough. He could have maybe stayed alive behind it. Bomb smoked off so somebody can pick it off. Fallen, that AWP waiting. This could be everything right now. Fur and Fallen, 2 versus 3. Astralis with a good chance to win this, and he's gonna run through the smoke with the AWP. Who does this? Just not even scoped up looking for it, and he can't even find any of the Astralis players. I'm sure he would have thought there was someone here, and they're just all tucked away so far. Fire on the bomb, he misses the shot, and oh my God, he gets that one. That was the hardest shot to pick up, and Device out of the round. A little bit of a chance there, but they're gonna lose fire on the other side, and it will be 16-10.